We are having another get to know a teacher interview, and this is our first one in 2021. And I'm so excited for us to get to know Mrs. Peggy Hefner a little bit better. She teaches first grade at Winkley. She's actually started as a student teacher here and continued into teaching at Winkley the following year in first grade and has been doing that for the last 10 years and having a blast the entire time. Thank you
That is
for
the truth.
joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're excited. I am going to ask these questions rapid fire, might have a little dialogue, but not too much. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Number one, what would students be surprised to find out about you?
This one was hard for me because I'm pretty much an open book. And I'm pretty much if something cool happens, I tell them. So um I don't really have an answer for that. I don't know that
Okay.
they would be surprised because they pretty much know all about me.
Well, that's great. It's a good relationship.
Yes.
All right. Well, then our second question is how do you spend your summer breaks?
I like to do a lot of fun reading. Not teacher reading, fun
Yeah.
reading.
Yeah.
And then we spend a lot of time out at some property we have in San Saba. So
San Saba. Okay.
we've got a ranch out there that we like to go out and work on and relax at.
Just be outdoors.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite genre of fun reading?
I just kind of move around. Right now, I've worked my way through the Percy Jackson series again, just kind of get that young adult fiction in there. But
Yeah.
I'll do Christian genre. I'll do romance. I just kind of just move around depending on where I'm at.
Yeah.
So
That's fun.
yeah.
All right. Number three, what are some traditions or superstitions you have for the first day of school?
Um, I was trying to go back and look at my plans to see what we did.
Uh-huh.
Really, the only thing that I like to make sure that we have to do on the first day is have some fun. I
Yeah.
just want that first day to be as fun as possible to build that
Hmm.
excitement. And then I'm all about classroom environment, relationships among students. So we do a lot of class building, a lot of games and activities
Yeah.
that just help us to get to know each other. So really, that's my only thing. Just fun. Make it fun.
That's awesome. All right. Is there an embarrassing teaching moment you're willing to share?
I couldn't think of anything specific. Probably because I make mistakes all the time. And I just use that as a teaching moment for the kids because it's really hard for them to make mistakes and admit
Yeah.
it and
Yeah.
be okay with that. So every time I goof up, which is daily,
Hmm.
I make a point of it. So I
Yeah.
can't think of anything specific where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I would never want anyone to know that." I just suffice it to say that I embarrass myself frequently.
And you're okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
There you go. All right. Number five, at the beginning of the year, how do you remember all of your students' names?
I try to look at the pictures that come on their cards and just kind of flip through those a few times, and then it's just a lot of repeating. I just say their name a lot,
Yeah.
and it comes pretty quickly. So
Yeah. Does that transition over into just meeting new people in general, or is it kind of a skill set you develop with your class?
it's definitely easier for me to remember just with the class. If I'm
Uh-huh.
meeting like other new people out in the world, it's definitely harder for me to remember names unless I say it several times.
Yeah.
So I might come across as weird when I'm meeting new people because I'll say their name 3 or 4 times, but it's because I won't remember if I don't.
Yeah. All right. And number six, if you could take your students on a field trip anywhere in the world, where would you take them?
This one was really easy. I would take them to Florida to swim with the manatees. That's my favorite
Ooh.
animal, and it's a place I love to be. And
Yeah.
so they all know that. They all
Yeah.
have lots of information about manatees now because we talk about it a lot. So I think that's what I would do.
That sounds fun. Have you done
Yeah,
that
I
yourself?
have. Yes,
Yeah.
multiple times.
Sounds fun. Number seven, what is your first memory from school?
I can remember all the way back to kindergarten. And I can remember I had a classmate whose dad, I think, worked at the zoo, and he would bring in animals from time to time. And then one time he brought in cookies that had like worm bits in it, like dried
Okay.
worm bits or something. Anyways, very, very interesting family. But that is something that sticks with me all the way to back from kindergarten.
Yeah, it shows how experiences resonate in our brain so
Yes,
much more than, just kind of day-to-day activities that we do.
yes, absolutely.
All right, number 8. If you could grow up in any decade, which would you choose?
I'm gonna stick with the one I grew up in, 80s, 90s. I can remember as a kid having just lots of freedom to move around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We would walk to the store, walk to church, walk to grandma's house. Um, I think the lack of technology that we had just
Hmm.
really enabled us to have a lot of imagination.
Hmm.
I mean, we could make stories and build things out of anything,
Yeah.
and we were outside all the time.
Yeah.
So I think I just stick with what I had. I think it
Yeah.
was
It's a pretty good time to grow up.
yes.
Is there a quote or saying that you live your life by?
Um, not a specific quote. I do try to stay grateful. One of the things I do every day is just make sure I write down a few things that I'm grateful for, and that kind of just helps to center me. So
Yeah, that's good.
that's it.
I think if we all started the day with a few things that we're grateful for, we'd realize that we have a lot more to things that bring us joy than we
Yeah.
realize.
A lot of times I'll sit and I won't be able to write anything down because there are too many things. And I
Yeah.
think that kind of just helps put that reminder back in there that
Yeah.
there are lots of good things.
Yeah. All right. Our last question. In which other teacher's class would you like to enroll even for a day and why?
Oh, this one was hard too. There are so many good teachers here. And I'm just thinking of all the teachers that my own kids had when they were here and
Yeah.
just the wonderful experience they had. So I'm gonna go a little silly and I'm gonna
Okay.
say Mr. Robleski's class because
Okay.
he likes to play pranks. And so if I was in his class for a day, I would prank him all day long.
Yeah. All right. I'm sure he's hearing that right now. He's going to be
Hmm.
on high alert. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and it's exciting to get to know you and exciting to start the new year off with a snow day yesterday and lots of fun things ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.